Well, today we're up in Mac, Colorado again. We've been up here a couple of times. We've found a lot of stromatolites and oolites and a couple of gastropods in the drainages up here. Today we're looking for just the gastropods. We've found plenty of the stromatolites. We interrupt this programming to bring you a very important announcement. The winner of the 100 subscriber giveaway. So to do the drawing for the giveaway to the 100 subscribers, I'm using this random.org random number generator. You'll see here that we have 8 people who signed up, so I'm going to change that to 8. So minimum 1, maximum 8. We'll push the generate button and we'll see what happens. Number 3. So if you have your number that I gave to you, that's actually Tasman is the winner of the giveaway. And so I'll be in contact with you, Tasman, and we will get these rocks sent to you. Thanks everybody for joining in, and we'll try and do this again soon, I hope. And we now return you to your regular broadcast. So, what we started out today, I've been up on these shorter hills here, and I did find a lot of stromatolites and oolites. So I know this has been deposited in a shallow marine environment, but I think what we need to do is look at this ridge line back here. It's sort of a plateau, which I think is a later deposit than the material here that I was looking at. So I'm going to see if I can find us a road up on top of that little plateau area, and look for some gastropods. We've found some nice gastropods here before, little mass die-offs, somewhat like the Turritella agate that we see in Wyoming, but not quite as nice. Although the color of the rock is a little nicer because it has a kind of a reddish brown look to it, where the Turritella is black and it has a really nice contrast with the shells. So it's kind of just depends on which one you like better, I suppose. So I will get in the truck and we will hopefully find a way up on top of that plateau, and I will see you up there. I'm going to try and protect the mic here a little bit. It's pretty windy up here on top of this hill. So the area we started before was back over in this area, but we had to drive dirt roads all the way around here, so it ended up taking about 8 or 10 miles of driving to get about 3/4 of a mile distance. So I got up here on top of this ridge that I thought would be very potentially productive as far as gastropods are concerned. But once I got up here, I noticed, well, you can see here, this is all a very large layer of conglomerate, plus the material that's on top here that I've been able to see here on these exposed edges are all fairly rounded. I think they've been washed in. I mean, something like that looks like it's been tumbled a little bit. There are a few flat pieces, but there are also a lot of rounded pieces. So I'm wondering if maybe the top of this plateau here isn't alluvial, which doesn't really help us much when we're looking for gastropods. I think I'm going to go back over here and look at some of that. And then what I might do then is just go back. I don't know if you can see the road over here, but these these hills here, we have found gastropods on those before, and maybe I'll just look on those and see if that's the place where we should be looking for them. Yeah, I see I have company coming, so I'll probably pack up here and go back and look at that area over there. And so we've come over to this eroded area to see if we can find any of the material we're looking for. I think that we are beneath the conglomerate layer you can see on the side of the ridge there. I think we're beneath it stratigraphically. And I will say that in this I did find some stromatolites, but no gastropods. And also on the trip over here, I stopped in several places to reorient myself and got out to look. And in almost every place I found some stromatolites, which indicates to me that this top of this mesa is a marine deposit. So I think we're looking on the right geologic area. It just doesn't seem to be here. So we're going to go back, because our goal is to actually find some of the gastropods, not necessarily to find the source of them. So we're going to go back and do some surface collecting on an area where we have found them in the past and see if there are any more there. So got about 10 miles of driving to do, and I'll see you back over on 4 Road. Well, if you've seen my video on my return to Mac, you recognize this spot as the bridge where I started my collection and worked my way to the away from the camera, and my pickup is parked in the same spot. And I came up this hill before and I found several stromatolites and 2 rocks with gastropods. One had a really nice large gastropod and a couple of small fragments, and then the other was a pretty good sized piece, maybe twice the size of my hand, that had multiple whole gastropods in it, whole snails. But today on the way up, I found many pieces of stromatolites, and as yet I haven't found any gastropods. So I'm going to keep looking around up here, and when I find some, I'll pull out the camera and let you know. But for now, it doesn't look very promising. Well, here I found a little bit of a surprise here. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but it looks like it's a piece of chalcedony. Yeah, I'm not sure what that is. I mean, it almost looks like a stromatolite, but it looks more like, I don't know, chalcedony in there, some sort, an agate or something. Anyway, nothing else that's going in the bucket, and we will keep looking for gastropods. I kind of promised myself I wouldn't pick up any stromatolites today, but I was looking at this one, and it's very large, but it does have nice definition and color in the striations there. But you can see how large it is, and I don't think I want to carry that back. But but it is a pretty interesting specimen. So I'm back at the truck right now. I went up over the top of that ridge. I went over to the other side, about the middle of the picture there, in the middle of the frame. And I walked down the other side to about there and came back across. And I did not see one gastropod. I probably saw somewhere between 75 and 100 stromatolites, which I'm happy to say I only picked up 2 or 3, I guess. But let me show you what else I found out here. There are a lot of pebbles in this along that ridge, and I picked up several that they have some nice color to them, or nice interesting pattern in them. So I thought, well, I might be able to do something with them. But, sorry, I dropped one. Gotta make sure I take that home. And then I actually ended up picking up that large stromatolite because I'm going to use it as a yard decoration. But also on the way down, I found another piece that just has unusual colors for a stromatolite, and just some nice patterns in there. And I thought, well, I can at least slice that up a couple of times and see what that looks like. Here's that odd-colored stromatolite. I've cut a bottom off and a face off of it, and I actually cannot find the rest of the stone. But anyway, I cut the bottom off. You can see that sort of circular pattern that's created by these divots here. I imagine this is where it first started clinging onto the host rock. And so as it grew out, it made these rings. And then this was the face cut. And again, you can see this would be where that growth started coming out and going up as it got older and more developed. But anyway, I just still think it's a fairly interesting stone. A few more pieces of dirt I need to get off of there. And then, of course, there was that cherty little piece that we found up there. It almost looks like a stromatolite that's had some of its material replaced with chalcedony or something. But yeah, I'm interested to cut that and see what that looks like as well. Yeah, it's kind of a little mystery rock. So here's the mystery rock that we found while we were at Mac, and I did cut it in half. It does have a very interesting pattern in there, and I'm still not exactly sure what it is, but it is interesting. Let me wet that down for you just a little bit. Doesn't change it a whole lot, but it does bring out a little bit more of the color. Okay, that's all I was able to find today. I'll try and put the GPS coordinates up there in the sky someplace. And I guess that's it for me here today. Please like and subscribe. You'll see down in one corner my playlist if you're interested in my other adventure where I came here and started at this bridge and worked my way down mostly what I found was stromatolites. I was looking for anything. It will be in the playlist. And I'm sorry that we were almost skunked today, at least as far as gastropods were concerned. Anyway, like and subscribe if you like this kind of entertainment. I don't know if I'd call it education, but entertainment at least. And we'll see you in the next video.